guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. I am back from Lynchburg. We came back a little bit earlier than expected. Anyways, in that last video, I got a new t-shirt. I was holding a t-shirt in a bag. This was the t-shirt. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to my review for The French Dispatch. Now, this film is directed by Wes Anderson, and in this film, this is pretty much a love letter to journalists set in an outpost of an American newspaper set in fictional 20th century French city that brings to life a collection of stories published in the French Dispatch magazine. And this was based off a book, I assume, because that's what Anderson is best known for, is for adapting books into films. Now, I was really looking forward to this film. I love Wes Anderson. I think he's a fantastic director. In terms of my favorite movie of his, live action would probably be Moonrise Kingdom, and animated would be Isle of Dogs, okay? Now, this movie has a massive cast, including Bill Murray, Timothée Chalamet, who's already in Dune, which is playing right now. So seeing him in two movies that are playing at the same time is pretty crazy, if you ask me. Frances McDormand, Benicio del Toro, Elizabeth Moss, Adrian Brody, all these people. And they are terrific in this movie. In fact, they're pretty much the reason to go see it. They're all very talented in all these stories. And the way Wes Anderson tells them is very unique. There are a lot of times where he uses black and white and color. It's mostly black and white throughout, which I didn't really understand much of why it went from black and white to color, because honestly the poster is kind of misleading because a lot of the film is black and white, but it didn't really bother me a whole lot. In fact, there's a lot of humor going on throughout. There's some really funny lines of dialogue here and there. There's definitely a lot that you would expect from a Wes Anderson film, including the way it opens up, like with a book title and stuff like that. And the music, all of that is fit right into here. But I can say I don't really think this is Wes Anderson's best film. I do have some minor gripes with the film. There's like one story that I didn't really care for that much. But, you know, I like the way that it was told, sort of like an anthology a little bit. But not all of it was interesting, in my opinion. Of course, the cast is very talented here. Though I thought some of the times when characters do talk on screen, it is a little bit boring and it does kind of get a bit repetitive. But that's not really saying much here because everybody is still great in this movie, and the way Wes Anderson's direction goes, it's all pretty much what you expect from a Wes Anderson film. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, it's pretty much what I expected when it comes to Wes Anderson's films. But he has a great trademark, and I really like what he did here once again, but it's something that I've kind of seen in most of his other films that are done a little bit better than this one. This is still a really solid achievement. Overall, the best way I can describe this is it has a fantastic cast who does phenomenal jobs, but it is a pretty slow-moving film. Despite the Grand Budapest Hotel and Moonrise Kingdom sort of having, you know, similar pacing, I thought those two were a bit more interesting than this, but I can respect this for being a love letter to the centuries of newspaper and how, you know, people used newspaper a lot. And there's actually some really cool animation sequences here and there that happen, especially towards the last act. So if you're a fan of Wes Anderson, I think you're definitely going to enjoy this. But if you're not really a Wes Anderson fan, I don't really think you're going to get that much enjoyment out of here. But this is definitely what Wes Anderson fans would want to see. But if this is your first time checking out Wes Anderson's films, then I recommend checking this one out if you're really interested. So yeah, don't think this is his best film, but it's still a really great one. I kind of wanted to enjoy it a little bit more. There is some entertainment, like it's 80% entertaining, but 20% not so much. I do feel like it kind of dragged on a little bit, despite it being less than 2 hours. But for the most part, I can respect Wes Anderson for making this film and bringing in what happened all before, you know, like cell phones and stuff, how it's told, how we get news from newspapers and stuff. That's basically what he's going for, and I think he did a pretty solid job with it. And I'm glad I got to see this movie before Antlers because it was actually playing at the theater that I went and saw last night in Soho before playing in my theater. So that's why I saw this first before Antlers, which I will be seeing tomorrow. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.